All right. Good morning, everybody. We are live. I know it's like only been like 6 hours since I last live stream, and let me just tell everybody. So before I get into what I'm going to talk about, real quick in this live. So, yeah, if you guys want to see like the conversation that was had, because like my live stream last night started off with just me alone. Later on, Ray came in, and then Carlos, John, Lawrence, YFS. Um, yeah, they came in afterwards, so we ended up having like a full panel of people to talk on the live stream yesterday, and it ran for a while. I was not expecting it to run like almost 4 hours. That was a pretty long live stream and a very late one too. So, um, in the beginning, I just mostly talk about TikTok and whatnot and what I think about it being the MAC addresses and all that stuff they collected or whatever. So if you guys want to see what yo, what's up, Oscar? How's it going? Good morning. So if you guys want to see like what we talked about later on, because it was an open discussion, right? So it wasn't really like just straight down to tech. But you guys can like skip all the way to I think it's like like at the hour point is where Ray comes in and we start talking about movies and whatnot. So I just wanted to just kind of like update people on that. This yeah, because conversations went all over the place yesterday or last night, early this morning. But anyways, guys, so as the title says, so head of Google Meets wants to phase out Google Duo. And again, Google, if you guys do this, man, what the heck? This was actually let me share this real quick. But this was actually brought here. So XDA pretty much like is the one that I found this source at and I dropped it. And basically it says Google Meet is going to replace Google Duo. Just to kind of give you guys a brief synopsis of what they basically talked about. They said according to 9 to 5 Google Javier Soltero, who leads the company's G Suite of services, doesn't feel that Google Duo and Google Meet should coexist. Instead, Soltero is reportedly spearheading an initiative known as Duet to basically phase out Duo and in favor of Google Meet. So that's kind of what's going on right now, and that we'll see some of Duo's features integrated into Meet, including the end-to-end encryption and 3D effects, and contacting users for a video chat via phone number. So yeah, that is man, I don't know what to think anymore with Google and all this crazy madness or whatever. It's insane that they want to go ahead, and do that. And yeah, it doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, Google's always killing good apps. Yeah, exactly. It's just they don't know what they're doing. Like first of all, for this guy Javier Soltero, who's like the head up of G Suites, okay, if most people don't know what G Suites is, basically it's applications that's specific for like businesses and whatnot, right? Businesses and school. So there's like a like an education equipped services through G Suites, and then there's business related ones, right? Like we've seen Google Plus basically get completely revamped, and it was only for G Suite users that were business users that could utilize Google Plus as like a platform for business people and companies to kind of like share with other companies and share with their own employees, right? Which was just like to me, sorry, to me that was like that was a major blow because while they claimed that not a lot of regular consumers were using Google Plus, there was still a good amount of people that was using Google Plus, and it's like we didn't even get to have our voices considered, and we got outed pretty quick. Google Plus went to G Suite only, and then they renamed Google Plus to now what it's called today, which is called Currents, which is they took an old dead name from an app that was or a service that was basically like Google News is what it is today. And they took that old name, which is Currents, and then it applied it to Google Plus. I use in my Apple phone. Yeah. So I mean, what they're saying is like they're not. So like they're gonna phase out Duo, and Google Meet is supposed to be like the replacement. Like, but like, see, I don't see a point of that to even like be a reason for them. Because I mean, you think about it, Allo, Duo, they came together. They phased out Allo, which to me, like I like Hangouts, But Duo was actually doing pretty good, in my opinion, as far as a chat app service from Google. Um, so now we have Hangout Duo, we have Google Meet, and yeah, they're still phasing out Hangouts. They're still phasing it out. Eventually, that's supposed to just like go away. Um, but Duo is something that I use, and it's something that I know like more people do use over than what they did use Allo for. Google Meets currently right now, that one, I mostly see it in my Gmail. I mean, in my Gmail is where I can initiate that, and obviously Google Meets is actually the competitor to Zoom, right? So you would use Google Meets to do video conferencing with multiple people. And I feel like if that is the reason why they want to phase out Duo, because Duo has a limited amount of people that can be on the video call at the same time, and Google Meets has it pretty much opened up to where you can have a little bit more people on it, then why not just open that? Yo, YFS, what's going on, man? Good morning. Yeah. So I'm just a little bit shocked that they're even considering phasing this out. I really think it is a dumb idea to do this, and this only plays into the hand when it comes to Google of why people don't use Google services. Like, why nobody is going to touch Google services because again, something comes along, everyone's going to be a bit resistive of using that service. And it's not because that they don't like it, it's because who wants to invest time in building up connections with people using, like, right, let's take Duo for an example, right? You're using Duo, you video call your friends on Duo, you have multiple people talking on Duo, you rely on that service to connect, your friends rely on it to hear from you, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone, it's taken away. And that's why consumers are very resistant to Google. And if Google is like, well, we want more people using our products and services, well, then you have to keep those services. You can't just keep killing off services just because you want to consolidate and consolidate. If another big thing that kind of like shoots Google in the foot is that if you don't want to always be killing off things to consolidate, then stop making like two or three of the same thing. you know we have Hangouts right now, and Hangouts has video calling, and I've been saying it for a while now. Like, you don't have to get rid of Hangouts; just get rid of the video calling that's within Hangouts because it's really bad. It's just in the words of a lot of people out there, it's just trash. It's trash to use Hangouts video calling, and go in favor of Duo. You can leave the video call icon within Hangouts, but instead of it launching an actual video call, have it launch Duo to place a video call and leave it at that. Leave Duo as is. I mean, Duo is doing great in my opinion. I've been using it lately to send video messages and to video call people that have Duo. So it's like, okay, now what? You guys are gonna phase out Duo and strictly focus on Google Meet. And you know what? If I'm not mistaken, Google Meets was only open to everyday consumers. Hey, Kathy. It was open to everyday consumers only because of what's going on with this pandemic. So, for people to basically communicate, since most people are probably like self quarantining and everything like that, Google Meet was put out there because Zoom was capitalizing on it for people to meet. And, then you have like, Facebook and their Facebook rooms. So Google Meet was just pretty much opened up to like everyday consumers to use. But initially, before this pandemic and all this stuff, if you go back and they had Google Chat, they had Google Meet, and Meet was for G Suite users only. So then, what do they intend to do to keep Meet completely open for everyday consumers? And if they're doing that, might as well just give people G Suite. It just allows them to use like G Suite to just not have that as a pay for use service. Let's see. Will Meet still give one on one? Yes, it'll give one on one. A lot of the features like the 3D like, what do you call it, like the effects, the 3D effects, the effects that Google Duo has, they want to bring that over to Google Meets. And yeah, I say the same thing, YFS. Why, Google? Like, why do you have to keep doing this? I mean, the only thing that's gonna happen out of this is that people are just gonna have like less faith in Google and just say, hey, you know what? I'm not touching anything that Google makes anymore because they're just gonna kill it. Because I mean, that's already what Google's looked at for right now. Everyone looks at Google for that right now. Like, I could do a survey on Twitter and just be like, why do people like specifically like hesitant to use Google services? And that's going to be the number one thing that people say is like, oh, well, why should I invest in something that they're going to kill maybe a year from now? I don't want to invest time and build up a rapport with people over this platform, and then Google takes it away. Google should stick with a few apps and improve them as time goes on. Yes, that might get people using the app services more and more. This is how you gain trust with the public. Yes, exactly. Tech for your needs. You're totally right on that. That is how. When you do stupid things like this, where you're killing off an app service to push another app service that you have, that's where it's just, to me, it's just really bad. So hang on one second. Oh my gosh, man. I'm like stuffy this morning. But anyways, so screen share again. Yeah, all this came from XDA. So let me just kind of just pop them right here. And yeah, this is just bad. Like I said, it's just like, I don't even know why. Like Javier Soltero, just give it up, man. That's the way that I see it. Like why do this? Why go through all this, right? So they say eventually Duo is said to be phased out after only being on the market for a few years. Duo launched in 2016 along with Allo. Its rumored demise has reportedly come as a surprise to the Duo team themselves. So it's Google hasn't okayed it. It's just the guy Javier Soltero, who's like head of G Suites, is proposing this to Google to get rid of. That's where I think is like, it's just ridiculous for him to even attempt this. And a lot of people use Duo, at least people that I know of, they use Duo. So yeah, I just don't understand. Excuse me, man. This morning is just, whoa, I woke up like that. But yeah, it's just, I don't get it. I have no idea why. Um, let's see. But yeah, another one may possibly bite the dust. Now, I hope that the Duo team stands its ground and just like doesn't go along or agree with it. I feel like that what we got with Duo is working fine. It's working great. Leave it alone. Google Meet and Google Chat was for G Suites, for business users. Let that be on that end and let them use that. But for everyday consumers, just leave it as it is. Leave Duo alone. I mean, just leave it alone. What they need to do is take out the video calling capabilities in Hangout and have it solely depend on Duo for that action. That's what I think they need to do. They've already killed off Allo. Allo is in the Google graveyard. We still have Hangouts. We can still use Hangouts for chat. Develop on Hangouts. Don't completely kill it away. I think that's where they should really do it at. Because I remember them talking about it before. They were like they were going to integrate a lot of things into Hangouts chat, and then they were going to make Hangouts chat public for all consumers and not just for G Suite. And if they do that, that's fine. If they do that, that's okay. Consolidate Hangouts and Hangouts chat. Consolidate those two. Bring them together. That's fine because it's just super confusing to have two different Hangouts apps in a Play Store, anyways. And for people to try to understand that one is like for actual like everyday consumer use, and the other one is just for business use. So just consolidate them and just have, if you're a G Suite user, have them have a different access level granted when using Hangouts chat, and just leave it as it is. Leave Duo alone. Stop messing with all these different services. Because again, if Google agrees and they kill off the Duo team and completely give Google Meets control over the Duo's project, and then completely kill off Duo for Google Meets, that's just like, man, what are you guys doing? And more, like I said, more and more people are just gonna like give up on it. So Duo is so popular for people. Meets needs to be for business. Yeah, exactly, Kathy. You're right. It does. Like, it doesn't bother me if Google Meets and Google Duo coexist, because again, like you said, one is for business use, one is for consumer use. And those that are consumer users don't even really focus to want to have G Suite's access. That's the thing. You don't see people lining up saying, "How come I can't get G Suite access?" They don't. They don't care. They just want to use what's on their smartphone. And like, yes, I know there's other competitive competition out there, such as Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp. There's various ones, but I mean, Duo works fine. Duo, I was when they released Duo along with Allo, I was seriously impressed of just how well Duo ran. And one of the things that when they said it on stage when they unveiled the Google Allo and Duo, they said that Duo would be able to make video calls even if you had not so good signal coverage, right? So even if you had like 3 bars or 2 bars, you would still be able to make a video call and the video resolution of the call would be good, right? And I thought they were full of baloney, and then I tried it out myself, because I had Boost Mobile back in the day, and Boost Mobile had like in the area that I was at, it wasn't really covered good with Sprint. So, but I was still able to make a video call to my wife, and she answered, she picked up, and the call was clear. It wasn't choppy and pixelated, or there wasn't a audio to video delay. It worked out fine, and yeah, so I just was completely impressed with the way that Duo performed, and here and there as Duo was developed. So I just don't see a reason for them to want to kill it in favor of Google Meets. Like, fire this guy Javier Soltero, man. Like, and that's the thing that I noticed about Google's Google services leads, like their team leads, is that they like to pay attention to the other teams and what they're doing instead of focusing on their own. So it was about 100 there yesterday. It was like 114 here. Oh, yesterday. Yesterday was 107 over where you're at. I have a limited drive with G Suite for $12 a month. But see, yeah, it's $12 a month. So you have to pay a monthly thing for that. So I mean, that's I don't know. I feel like that Google's got to stop this nonsense. I mean, the lead, if it goes all the way up to the CEO's hands, like Sundar should definitely um, stop this killing of apps and services. I mean, I was upset when they killed Inbox by Gmail because I love the way that it's smart configured all your emails. I'm still till today, like looking at Gmail and wondering when is it going to do the same thing that Inbox did, because they did bring some of Inbox's features to Gmail, but that one specific feature, which was on its own smartly organized all your emails, that hasn't come to Gmail. They haven't brought that. Yeah, I like to please don't mess with the Google. Yeah, it's the same thing. I just don't want them to mess with Duo. Leave it alone. That's the way I say it. Leave it alone. Too many people know the name Duo already. A lot of people that use Android kind of use it. Google are experts in getting in their own way. Yeah, exactly, Jay Bennett. Exactly. They are. Google's biggest competitor is themselves when it comes to apps and services. Um, So I mean, I say it like this: it is one thing when you want to consolidate apps because they all do the same thing. I totally get that. I get that point of view. Um, but Google wouldn't have this problem if they weren't in the business of always releasing an app that does the same thing as the other apps do. When you have 3 apps doing the same thing, 2 apps doing the same thing, yeah, of course you're creating your own junk. You're filling your home with so much clutter and trash, and then when it gets really really trashy and cluttered, you're like, oh my gosh, I need to clean this out. Let's consolidate. Let's put these apps and take the features from this one and put in this one, and we'll just focus on this one. And they just start tearing away. And again, it comes back down to consumers. And then when Google sits there and is like, they're wondering why like services such as Google Plus didn't take off the way that they wanted to. Why should anyone really invest time into Google Plus? I mean, I liked using it, but the reason why people didn't feel the need to invest into Google Plus is because of Google's own ability to just shoot themselves in the foot and get rid of the service and make everybody hesitant towards adopting a new service. Because you remember when they announced Allo and Duo, they were like so excited about it, and Allo can do this and Duo can do that, and they just were just so into these 2 app services, and then they killed Allo. So everyone's just like, yeah, I'm not going to rely on any Google chat services because they're just going to kill it. And people do save their chat threads for a long time. Like there's people who have conversations with like a best friend or like a relative or something like that, and they have like a long chat thread of things that's said, and they don't want to risk it to where like, oh yeah, we're gonna kill it, and then the service is gone. You can't even access your chat thread anymore. Like right now, if you were to download Allo, it wouldn't run. So like if you had like a chat thread that had an important message between you and somebody, it's not there for you to grab anymore. You would have to screenshot to have like a backup of those chat conversations. But then that's like how many screenshots do you have to take? Like every day when you chat on Allo, you have to you have to screenshot just to get a backup of it. Like that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. I don't know why they do this. So um, but yeah, that is the sad case of them. That really is. It's like Google fears longevity. They get bored far too easily. Yeah, it does feel like that. I think Facebook should get rid of WhatsApp. It's dead. Well, what we do know is that Instagram chat and Facebook Messenger are actually going to be unified. Not the way that they are right now. Like if you go into Facebook and you can see like your Instagram, um, like DMs, they're actually going to merge the two together. I don't know how they're going to do that, but apparently, I guess if you're going to chat from Instagram, I guess it's going to launch Messenger. I don't know. I just, Facebook is doing the same thing too, man. They're gonna merge Instagram chat and Facebook Messenger as one thing. So now that'll be interesting to see how that works out. But in their case, yeah, because they have WhatsApp, they have Facebook Messenger, and then they have chat on Instagram. And Instagram is like the Frankenstein social media app. It has a bit of everything. So like if they should really change the icon of Instagram and put like little stitches going across of it in all different areas. Because yeah, Instagram man started out as photo sharing app with the ability to post like little statements about your photo. Then it changed from that to like uploading video, like short little video clips. So like Vine competitor, I guess you can say. You can mess around with the Instagram and make it like Vine. Chat capabilities to one-on-one DM people, and then they brought in stories, which they ripped off from Snapchat. So they incorporated Snapchat into it. And then now they have Reels, which is supposed to be like the competitor side to compete against TikTok. And so yeah, it's like a Frankenstein of services. Um, so yeah. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna call it at that. I'll leave it at that. I do want to thank everybody that came in on the live to watch this live, and gave your feedback on it. If you're watching the replay of this, shout out to you guys for doing that. Hashtag replay crew. Really appreciate you guys coming in and watching the replay. And yeah, I'm gonna talk more about this again later on tonight in the live stream with everybody else. So I will do another a live stream tonight. I think it's like 8 p.m. my time. So like in another 9 hours, and I'll bring this up and some other things up too to discuss. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you're watching the replay, let me know what you think in the comment section of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, drop that like. I really appreciate that. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, YFS, Jay Bennett, Oscar, Kathy, thank you guys for coming in and watching this live. Really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. And yeah, that's it for right now. Red Rum, what's up? I will see you guys later on tonight. So like in another 9 hours. We'll see you guys then. As always, Allah.